Okay, man. Everybody has a right to talk, right? A right to express their opinions to the rest of society. Now, some of these opinions are absolutely fantastic, and they lead to some great progress in general society, and some of these other opinions, right? They are downright weird, and I'm talking 6 feet underground weird. No joke. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Twitter has finally coughed up someone brave enough, someone stupid enough, to justify necrophilia. Now, if you don't know what that is, bless your soul, just click off the video. Have a wonderful day ahead. Honestly, I wish you the very best in all of your endeavors. But, if you choose to stay, necrophilia pretty much just boils down to freaking dead people. Necrophilia is the pathological fascination with dead bodies, which often takes the form of a desire to engage with them in frictual activities such as intercourse. Alright, listen up. I thought everybody unanimously agreed that this was extremely weird and messed up. I literally did not know there was an ongoing debate about this. Like, apparently people are trying to introduce all of these different things into society and just start normalizing them, whether it be PPs on Twitter, incest, or necrophilia now. Like, all these different things are just popping up from all these different locations, and I can't take it, man. I am not proud to present to you the morality of necrophilia by low IQ Twitter NPC number 764. Now, I went and took a look on the TwitLonger, and it's super long. This person pretty much just attempts to justify necrophilia and why it's not actually that bad. And after spending like 15 minutes of text just justifying it, he says that I'm not trying to normalize it, that will come later. At that point, I just imagine he's rubbing his hands back and forth like the biggest creep of all time. But yeah, I thought like TwitLongers were used to like come out with serious accusations against celebrities and influencers, but now it's like just free roam, right? Everybody uses it for anything. Hello everyone, hello dude. This is gonna be a rather brief by philosophy standards, but at the same time hopefully thorough text on the morality of necrophilia, as examined within the framework of consequentialism. I will argue that engaging in necrophilia as an attraction is always morally permissible, while engaging in the acts associated with it can be morally permissible, depending on the circumstances of the situation. Now, as you can see, he speaks in ancient Minecraft hieroglyphics. He speaks like he's writing a textbook or something, trying to sound all smart. So don't worry, as we go through this dumpster fire, I will be explaining some of his arguments. I say that with a massive grain of salt, okay? Arguments in quotation marks. I realize that a large percentage of the people reading this might not be involved much in philosophy, so I'll start by explaining a few basic things in a simplified manner. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. In fact, I am dying to hear your argument. You see what I did there? I am on fire today, dude. Consequentialism is a moral theory within which the morality of any action is judged based on said action's likely consequences. What this means is that all actions start out as simply morally neutral, and that if we can prove, or at the very least reasonably assume, that an action is likely to lead to a positive outcome for the individuals involved, then the action becomes moral. You can slowly see this man inching his way into the grave of his love interest. I can just see him crawling there, dude. If we can prove or reasonably assume that an action leads to a negative outcome, then the action would be immoral. Alright, big man, I get it. Consequentialism means choosing an action based on its consequences. That could have been one sentence. You didn't need all of that mumbo jumbo. These people just piss me off, dude. And now he begins. In the case of necrophilia, I will separate this issue into two parts. First, we will examine the morality of simply being into necrophilia, having the thoughts associated with it, having an attraction towards dead bodies, etc. And then we will examine the morality of the actions associated with necrophilia, actual contact with a dead body. So pretty much this is similar to PPs, you know? Some of them just have their thoughts and they jack off to minors in their sleep, and PPs who actually touch minors, right? There's these two different categories, and both are extremely wrong, and it's not okay. But this person says both are perfectly moral, and he's trying to justify it one by one. When it comes to the morality of simply being into necrophilia, the arguments are quite simple and straightforward. As stated earlier, we must examine if having a thought associated with this attraction, so thinking about a dead body in a frictional manner, getting turned on by it, leads to a positive, negative, or neutral outcome. I mean, obviously to the person who's jacking off to it, sure, it's a positive outcome, but I really want to see what you say next. it's quite apparent that just a thought just by itself, without any action to accompany it, is not immoral. Simply thinking about a dead body causes no harm to anyone, as long as it just remains a thought, although we will examine that in more detail later. Even thinking about actions that would be considered immoral would not be immoral, since it is unlikely that said thoughts would actually be accompanied by immoral actions. So pretty much he's saying, I'm gonna jack off to this dead person and there's nothing you can do about it, it's just a thought, nobody can come arrest me. Similarly, engaging in the thing, or self-inflicted acts while thinking about a dead body, is also morally permissible, since no harm is being caused to anyone. I mean, that kind of depends if the family of the person knows about it and stuff, and they might feel uncomfortable about it or whatever. If you were like doing it alone and at home and like not telling anyone about it, I mean, technically nobody can stop you because, you know, you're not harming another individual or something, but I'm just letting you know, I think it's pretty sick and I think it's pretty terrible. I mean, by that logic, you can jack off to your own daughter. There's no way anyone would know, right? So according to you, that's moral as well. So I could just introduce 1,000 scenarios where, sure, I mean, it seems that it works, there's no law against it, but you just look severely bad, and chances are, if you tell anyone about it, they won't really receive it well, and I don't know, man, the law might creep up to you. Moving on to the more exciting parts. My god, this guy's a grade A creep. One could argue that since the dead body is simply an object which lacks consciousness, engaging in acts with it would be morally permissible, regardless of circumstances. No, I don't think you could argue that, because humans value other humans, right? Even after you die, people are constantly visiting your grave, or are they just visiting an object or something? I mean, your loved ones haven't forgotten about you, they care about you. If they learn that someone is messing with their corpse, they'll probably unleash hell upon the person. It's like, if you still think it's just an object, you're probably delusional. I mean, in the factual sense, or a science sense, or whatever, I mean, sure, I guess, but humans are not just these, you know, rock hard people. We have emotions, we have bonds. There's some things in life that are so blatantly obvious that you really don't have to go through such lengths to try and oppose them. The fact that the object used to be a living person does not matter. Many things such as plastic are produced out of materials which used to be living matter, from living creatures, which have long since degraded into inanimate objects. However, engaging in an act with a toy would not be considered of an animal. Therefore, having frick with a dead body would not be considered immoral in any way. My guy, listen closely. You are off your rocker, dude. Holy mother of God. For someone who pulls out philosophy and all these big words, you sure are stupid. My God, that explanation was so unconvincing. It's honestly embarrassing. So, freaking a toy is not our word of an animal. Therefore, you can frick a person? What? From where? This man just compared plastic to a person who just passed away. Dude, have you played the game Connect the Dots? Because you are so bad at it. If anyone had their doubts, there is most certainly a difference between your grandma who just passed away and an inanimate piece of plastic. Like, you have to be a straight up psychopath to think otherwise. Like, in the physical sense as well, a corpse is not plastic, but like, this dude, like, he would probably frick his high school crush. Like, he would open her casket and frick her, and when the authorities catch him, he would be like, consequentialism, bro, like, tell it to the judge, dude, come on. Okay, so the person consents to have their body fricked while dead. I mean, I think that would work according to the law and stuff, and yeah, you have, like, control over your body and you can let people do what they want with it. I mean, I think most people would not give permission, and most people are super apprehensive to this, but I mean, if the person gives permission, I'm not sure there's much you can do there. To expand on this point a little more, I would like to point out that this is not an unheard of practice. For example, consent is explicitly given by certain individuals for their body to be used to teach to potential doctors in trainings and to nursing students. Okay, yeah, this is a little more okay because it is your body and it's up to you what you want people to do with it. The people who give it up to, like, medical students to examine and stuff, I guess they just want what's best for the world and stuff, and that is essential to humanity's progress and stuff. But in the freaking thing, I mean, I guess you're helping out your partner, who's definitely a creep, but yeah, can't really argue with that. To the people calling me this and insulting me of this or making remarks about me having frick with dead bodies, I'm not really bothered by these remarks since I don't consider being a thing to be a bad thing, but it's still weird on your part that you choose to insult me for a thing that I don't even have, just pointing it out. If I've missed some huge argument or counter argument that tilts the scale towards either side, let me know. Yeah, the argument is it's weird, dude. Also, keep in mind that this is not an argument in favor of the normalization of necrophilia, but rather in the favor of necrophilia itself. Yeah, sure, dude. Its normalization alongside its potential outcomes is a separate issue that requires separate argumentation. Anyways, I think that does it for today. In my opinion, if you frick dead people, you're weird, dude. Is that too much to say? Like, I don't care if your partner wants you to. I think you're creepy, but that's just my opinion, which is probably vastly better than yours. Let's be real. Anyways, society continues evolving. Smash like, subscribe, hit the bell, go watch some Minecraft on the second channel if you like. We don't frick dead people there, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.